1. What insect is the central figure and metaphor in the poem Mantis? A. A butterfly. B. A dragonfly. C. A praying mantis. D. A grasshopper. 2. What abstract concept does the mantis primarily represent in the poem? A. Pure joy and spiritual devotion. B. Unrequited love that turns toxic. C. The strength of natural instincts. D. The importance of prayer. 3. What is housed in his green, heart-shaped head of eyes? A. His plans for hunting prey. B. His unreturned affection. C. His malice towards the world. D. His fear of predators. 4. What is the ultimate result of the mantis's deadly embraces and devouring love? A. A successful romantic relationship. B. A feeling of peace and acceptance. C. Killing and self-defeating toxicity. D. A realization of self-worth. 5. What is the main idea conveyed about frustrated desire in the poem? A. Frustrated desire always leads to apathy. B. Unrequited love, when left to fester, corrupts an individual, transforming a yearning heart into malice. C. Desire should immediately be acted upon to be pure. D. Only literal insects can harbor such emotions. 6. Who is the author of the intense poem Mantis? A. Brian Patton. B. John Milton. C. John Lyons. D. Jacob Samla Rose. 7. How is the mantis's attempt to gain love described? A. Through gentle persuasion. B. By using elaborate courtship rituals. C. As trying to pray for love. D. By demonstrating its strength in combat. 8. How has the failure to gain affection affected the mantis's physical posture? A. It caused it to grow larger wings. B. It made it fly away faster. C. It resulted in a crippled posture and a stiff neck. D. It gave it a more graceful look.
9. How does the poem personify the mantis's personification? A. By giving it human clothing. B. By showing it using human tools. C. By giving it complex human emotions, such as unreturned affection, bitterness, and malice. D. By making it speak in full sentences. 10. How does the poem use the mantis's known predatory nature? A. As a simple fact of biology. B. To suggest it is a figure of wisdom. C. As a metaphor for the destructive, devouring nature of toxic desire. D. To describe its peaceful coexistence with other insects. 11. Why does the mantis develop a stiff neck and crippled posture? A. Because it was injured in a fight with another insect. B. Because it was praying too often. C. Because its attempts to pray for love resulted in bitterness and malice. D. Because it was tired from hunting. 12. Why is the mantis referred to as a figure of malice? A. Because it naturally preys on weaker creatures. B. Because it has learned to dislike all living things. C. Because its intense, unreturned affection has corrupted its heart and turned its yearning toxic. D. Because its color is intimidating. 13. Where are the destructive bitterness and malice described as filling the mantis? A. In its stomach. B. In its wings. C. In its stiff neck. D. In its claws. 14. Why does the poem link devouring love with killing?
To describe a literal act of cannibalism. B. Because all love is inherently evil. C. To show that love fueled by extreme, frustrated desire becomes possessive, dangerous, and ultimately.
14. Why does the poem link devouring love with killing? A. To describe a literal act of cannibalism. B. Because all love is inherently evil. C. To show that love fueled by extreme, frustrated desire becomes possessive, dangerous, and ultimately destructive to its object. D. Because the mantis is a species that enjoys hunting. 15. Why does the mantis's head have the shape of a heart? A. To indicate its biological function. B. To emphasize the central theme of love, or the corruption of love, that originates from within the creature. C. To suggest it is easily crushed. D. To show its connection to nature. 16. What is the significance of the mantis being a predator in the context of the poem's theme? A. It explains when the mantis hunts. B. It foreshadows the deadly embraces and destructive outcomes associated with its toxic desire. C. It suggests the mantis is a good hunter. D. It relates to the time of year it appears. 17. How is the frustration of the mantis's desire expressed in its emotional state? A. By becoming deeply depressed. B. By seeking help from others. C. By harboring bitterness and malice. D. By becoming indifferent. 18. What happens to the mantis's affection after it is unreturned? A. It disappears completely. B. It is transferred to another object. C. It is nursed until it becomes toxic and destructive. D. It transforms into friendship. 19. What is the poem's overall message about the connection between love and self? A. Love is always redeeming. B. If love is denied and handled poorly, it can be. 19. What is the poem's overall message about the connection between love and self? A. Love is always redeeming. B. If love is denied and handled poorly, it can be self-defeating and poisonous to the one who harbors it. C. Love is a force of nature that cannot be controlled. D. Self-pity is the only natural response to rejection. 20. When does the mantis become a figure of malice? A. Immediately upon birth. B. After its unreturned affection has been nursed until it cripples the creature. C. When it first attempts to find prey. D. Only during the mating season.